Hey, what's going on, world? It's your boy P Cuff with the BrainSurfin podcast. And today I'm gonna talk about something a little, man, it's just a little emotional for me. You know what I mean? I got my video going, got my shades ready. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, you know, because I really don't want to be on here fucking crying all in y'all ears. But everybody kind of was telling me I should do it, and honestly, I planned on doing it anyway. It's hard to do whenever I bring this topic up. I get all emotional. I can't help but to cry. But I did a lot of thinking about this and had to write some notes down to kind of keep myself on track while I'm going through this. You know, I got my tears out and everything, so I feel like I might be able to get through this without, you know, crying all in your ears. And I got the video going, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to be all on video, just turning on one of them MJ memes. But yeah. So today's episode is about my kids. I want to start off kind of, you know, talk about both of them individually. You know what I mean? And then kind of go into some of the things that occurred since they have been gone. You know what I mean? In my life personally, and just kind of how I feel like things might be different for me, for them, you know, for all of us, for everybody in my life. Honestly, if I had my kids in my life, how things would be different for everybody, because I feel I can't be 100% Pierre if I don't have little Pierre and Tristan with me. Like, part of me becoming who I was when they were born. So when that's taken away from me, some of me goes with that. You know what I mean? But let me not get ahead of myself and, you know, kind of start from the beginning. Well, you know, just kind of breaking down both my kids, you know, just the way I view them, who they are as people to me. I'm gonna light this blunt. Also, another thing to help me get through this, hopefully I can do the whole thing right now and I don't gotta hit y'all with a part 2. Well, I'm gonna say a part 3 because I'm doing a part 2 to dive deeper into life after, you know, since they've been gone. I plan to do a part 3 about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna start this off, you know, my firstborn, my older son, Pierre Jr., Poppy, for those who know him. So April 24th, 6 pounds 5 ounces, 21 inches long. I know this after only seeing the birth certificate like twice, because there's really no reason to go back and forth to your kid birth certificate. So when they was born, of course I seen it. And then one time after, I can't remember if he needed a new birth certificate and I got it for him, whatever it may have been, but I seen it. I throw that out there because it's like, yo, honestly, my memory is kind of bad with a lot of stuff, but I can never forget the sizes of both of my kids. Although I'm going to look it up again to get it official, because I feel like I might have either their weight or their height mixed up. You know what I mean? I might have put Tristan's weight for Poppy's weight, Poppy weight for Tristan's weight, vice versa. But 6 pounds 5 ounces, 21 inches long. It's my firstborn. Before I ever had my son, I've never even held a baby. Like, I paid kids, especially like very small kids like that, I paid them close to no attention. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was it was a completely new thing for me. I feel like I caught on pretty quick, and yeah, and some of that help came through my brother. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it didn't take long to realize how special of a kid he was. I'm talking like, when he was very small, I don't want to say age because I hate saying shit wrong, but he was small as shit. Like, he was like a year or some change. And you know, McDonald's straws. It started with 2 McDonald's straws. He would bang on tables, and you know, he'll have 2 straws in the car as we driving back home. And instead of trying to snack on his food, he would have 2 straws and would tap on the back of the seat or whatever it was. And we really didn't pay much attention at first, at least. But eventually, I guess the straws didn't make enough noise. So he went to 2 pencils or pens. I can't remember which one it was exactly, but he moved up to 2 pens, 2 pencils, whatever it may have been. And at that point, we paid a little more attention because you could hear that better than you could hear when he tapped on stuff with the straws. And it sounded like he was kind of keeping a little bit of a beat. You know what I mean? So, like, it was kind of crazy, you know? So I expressed this to my dad, and my dad let me know, you know what I mean, that as a kid, my dad played drums, and, you know, I remember that when I was in 5th grade, went to Oak Grove Intermediate, I want to say it was. I played the drums, you know what I mean? I was pretty good at it. She was pretty fun to me, honestly. Just ended up moving back to the hood, and that wasn't really something we had, you know what I mean? It wasn't like a popular thing, or like, you know, one of the things like basketball, football, for girls, cheerleading, you know what I'm saying? It was only certain things that I guess you would say was accepted in the hood. I don't know how you want to word it, but yeah. Eventually, his uncle, Donye, that's his mom's brother, she ended up getting him a, let me get this mic right here a little closer too, because I'm recording like on 3 different, I'm doing video on 2 different things. I'm doing it on the Anchor app also, so I'm getting it all recorded at the same time. But yeah, his uncle Darius, his uncle Donye, his mom's oldest brother, ended up buying him a drum set. And for some people it was irritating because he would bang, bang, bang. But for me, it was like, yo, he ain't banging on stuff. He actually making music. Like, he would try to hold beats, and he would hold beats. He didn't try to do it. He would hold beats. So this was a little mini drum set. The next, you know, one day we at the church, and we're all downstairs, and he just goes upstairs by himself. We really didn't pay attention. It's like we're in the church, whatever. He go upstairs, and next thing you know, we hear a nice beat being played, also with the little cymbal. You know what I mean? The little joint going. So we like, the fuck? So we go upstairs, and Poppy's on the adult drum. He's on the adult drum joint, and he's the adult drum set. I'm sorry, he's on the adult drum set, and he's getting it in. You know what I mean? He's holding the beat. It sounds good. It's not the greatest beat, but you know, he's a little kid. It sounds good. He's holding the beat. It's the drum set where it's like it's the church drum set. So you know, you have all the little snare drums in the middle. Basically, you have a drum up here, 2 snares, and then you have the little cymbals that's hanging. Plus, you got a little foot joint. You know what I mean? Where you can hit the big, more bass type drum at the bottom. And he's utilizing all of this and keeping the beat. Not a super fast beat, it's more slow paced, but he's keeping the beat, he's holding the beat, and it was amazing. And it made us realize why he always wanted to sit more in the front of the church, because the area he wanted to sit at was right by the drummer. And he did this without ever knowing me and his grandpa played drums. This is just something that was in him, I guess. So, like, he went along with it. And he always been, they say the kid's brains are like sponges, but for real. I heard that, but hearing something and seeing it, 2 different things. I heard that, but seeing it in Poppy, like, it made me believe it. I'm like, yo, like, everything he tried to do, everything you put him onto, he really caught on to really fast. You know, so fast forward a few years later, my dad had came and got Poppy. I don't think Tristan was born yet, so he came and got Poppy. They went to his friend Francis' crib, and Francis got 2 boys that play basketball, football, baseball, all kind of sports. Now Poppy was watching him throw the ball back and forth, and he was just observing. You know what I mean? When Poppy be locked into something he liked and he's watching, he really would sit there basically barely blinking, with a finger like on his lip, and just looking. You know what I mean? He just. You know what I mean? Like, that was his thing, you know. Just and he'd be locked in, and then next you know, he'll start doing what he was watching, and he'll be good at it, or he'll be better than you would think he should be for his first time trying it. Like I said, he caught on to everything pretty quick. Now this time he was watching, he ended up putting the glove on, he couldn't catch anything. So long story short, my dad ended up taking him to the side and showing him how to actually catch the ball when it hits the mitt. You know, so right when you feel that in your hitting your palm, you want to close quickly. It gets to a point where you don't even feel it anymore. It's just routine. He told him something like that along those lines, you know, and Poppy took that in, and from what I was told, he barely dropped anything else from that point on. He put the glove back on. He was catching everything. You know what I mean? And that kind of just sums up Poppy. Like, he's always been just super talented. He likes positive vibes. He don't want to be around anything negative. Excuse me. He was just always that type of person, and just fun to be around. His energy was effective. Just being around him will help your mood. And that kind of reminds me of my brother D-Lo. Right? Now, moving on to Tristan, and like I said, I'm going to cover both kids, right? And then I'm going to kind of talk about both of them together, right? So, moving on to Tristan, right? Now, Tristan was different. October 15th, 6 pounds, 3 ounces, 19 inches. Like I said, I might have him and Poppy's either height or their weight mixed up, but yeah, this is what it is. He's a lot different than Poppy, but he was even more like me. Like, I seen myself in Poppy more so because Poppy looks so much like me. Tristan resembled me, but he looked more like Poppy looked like me now and when I was a kid. Tristan looked more like me now as an adult, like as a man. Like, how I look now is different than how I was when I was a kid, even though I look the same. But it's different, you know what I mean? And Tristan looks more like me as a man, right? So, Poppy, energetic, wants all the attention, never stop talking. That was Poppy. When it came to Tristan, a lot of people, just like when I was a kid, I was told this too. When I was a kid, people thought that I was weird. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't talk barely. You know what I'm saying? I just would just observe things, and I always thought it was funny that people would tell me that. Then I had Tristan, and he was that way, and it wasn't funny because he was the same way. I thought something was wrong with him. You know what I mean? Like, I thought something was wrong with him, but come to find out, it didn't take that long to realize, you know what I'm saying, like, that was my genius, baby. Like, for real. He went from barely talking and not talking at all to, like, complete sentences. Out of nowhere. It was crazy. Because, like I said, he was quiet. He really didn't talk. So, we thought something was wrong with him. Oh, yeah, another thing about Poppy, too. This boy had the big old legs and big old head. He started walking at 7 months, 7.5 months, something like that. So, he would always be wobbling in his head on corners of walls, walking around corners and stuff. And at first, you know, he would cry, you know, but he did it so much he got used to it. But even when he got used to it, instead of us thinking, oh, he probably used to it now, we thinking, okay, this is the brain damage our son. Like, let's get him to the emergency room. And we took him in the emergency room, and like, everything was fine. Everything was fine. But he hit his head so much from just wobbling around. Because he was 7 months, 7.5 months, little itty bitty Chucky doll size, like walking around, hitting his head on everything. And yes, we got him checked out. Everything was okay with his brain. But back to Tristan. Yeah, man, he's my genius, baby. It didn't take long to figure that out. And if I ever let it slip my mind by asking some dumb shit like, boy, how you know that big old word? He would quickly remind me by saying something like, and I quote, because I'm smarter than you, Dad. Duh. Like, that's my boy, man, my little genius, baby. Like, oh man, this remind me so much of me. This so smart, so chill, more to himself, a little introverted, but he's also very loving, which I feel like I was more of that before going through multiple heartbreaks and so forth and so on. But that's another topic. Excuse me. Yeah, I feel like Tristan took a lot of my emotional side, as far as my emotional softer side, cause sometimes my anger, my emotions can come out, like Kevin Gates said, as aggression. You know what I'm saying? Not saying beating motherfuckers up, but like, you know what I mean, just being aggressive in how I'm talking, whatever it may be. Now, I seen that part of me in Tristan because because I remember a time where we were at church. Well, I actually wasn't there. I was told this story. They were at church. My kid's mother and her mom and you know, my boys and whoever else, right? And One time they had church and pastor kept on poking at Tristan, you know. Give me some of that candy. Give me some of that candy. I want that candy. Give me that candy, boy. Give me that candy, big head boy. Chris kept saying, no, pastor, no, pastor, no, pastor. Stop, no, pastor. And the pastor kept messing with him. Now, in the church, Tristan looked up at the pastor and said, I said no, pastor. Stop fucking with me. You know what I mean? Like, he snapped off in the church. And these boys is raised in the church, you feel me? So they understand the church, and you know, you're not supposed to do things like that in the church. But Tristan is gonna be who he is, and I love that about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is very so much like me. Poppy's a little more, you know, he cares more about how people feel, which I have some of that in me too. But a lot of times it gets blocked out or overshadowed by the fact that I'm comfortable with who I am. I love me as a person. So if you can't deal with it, you can't handle it, it's like, yo, that's on you. I mean, I'm gonna continue being me. But yeah, Tristan is so much like that. I love that in him. I feel like that's gonna help him throughout his life, period. Even during this stage where his mom is keeping the contact, she kept it at minimum at first. Like, the longer they've been in, I'm gonna get to that. Even during this time where their mom is keeping them away from me, you know. Now, a little bit more about Poppy, because I had more down. I just started going on top of the head a little bit. But as Poppy was getting older, because I didn't really touch on that, as he was getting older before he left, his personality reminded me more of my brother. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, because my brother has such positive energy. You know what I'm saying? And they both, my brother and Poppy both, are the kind of people who you just want to be around them. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to be around them. You want to feel their energy and just absorb that, take it from them, and go on about your business. You know what I mean? But now fast forward even more. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. Fast forward even more. You know, my kid's mother had went to Texas. She left my kids here. She left our kids here to be with me and with her mom. And me and her mom was going back and forth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just with the, just like, I don't want to say babysitting, because it's like, those are my kids or our kids. I'm not babysitting them. But they did live with her, and they were, you know, at the time before she went to Houston. So yeah, me and her mom we're going back and forth, taking care of the boys. You know, well, when I get them, I see what they might need, whatever, and I'll go about, you know, me and my ex-wife would go about getting them what they needed and things like that. And she was doing the same thing at her end. So, I'm going to tell a quick story that's going to come back into place to try to kind of show how games were being played as far as with me being around my kids and seeing my kids, right? So there were during this time when my kid's mother was in Texas and me and her mom was holding them down. She had their grandma, my kid's mother's mom, their grandma had asked me to hold however much, couple $100 on some rent type stuff, whatever, right? So it's like, yo, my boys are going back and forth from me to you. They're over there, they're over here. Like, yeah, I got you. Easy. It's not a big deal to me. It just wasn't a big deal. So like, bam, I got you. She said she gonna pay back, whatever. All right. So a few weeks go past, and she ended up paying me back. Bam. All right, cool. Then some more time went past. Okay, I don't wanna mess the order of the story up, but yeah, some time went past. She paid me back, and that was that. Now, like I said, our kids were going back and forth from with me and to me and my ex-wife, and also being with their grandma. So what I knew, of course, they were stable where I was, and from what I knew, they were stable there because she had fell back on rent. I helped her, so now you're back on point in my head, right? So time goes on. I bet my kid's mother was supposed to be down there for like a month. with her godmom, and she was going to visit her godmom's family, which she knows because as a kid she used to go there and visit a good amount of summers. So she knows that family. She's been introduced to them. They know her, so forth and so on. At the same time, before she went to Houston, she throughout the years she burned a lot of bridges, and she didn't have places to live like that. This part I wasn't thinking about when she went to Houston though. So the guy she was staying with would actually live with his mom, and he had got put out. The mom gave her a deadline. Now, I'm not knowing these things when she first went to Houston, but the mom gave her a deadline. She had to be out by whatever certain time. So, and no, I'm saying that wrong. I did know, because I remember when she expressed it to me. I said, oh, that's cool. I mean, it is what it is. Like, if you're okay with it, you and the boys come here. The boys can come here for sure. Like, easy, bam. You can come here too, because I know you burnt, I ain't telling this part, I know you burnt all your bridges and no one's going to let you stay with them. You know what I mean? But anyway, I let her know she can come here in the boys. Of course, she can come here with the boys. She didn't want the boys come, and she didn't want to come. My ex-wife agreed she can come. She can stay for a month or two. I can't remember how long it was going to be, but she agreed she can stay for a month or two and everything. Get her shit together and pay no rent. She have her own little room. All that, right? She didn't want to do that. So yeah, she ended up going to Houston this is like, she ended up going to Houston like months later though, where I guess the deadline had ended. And looking at it now, some things should have made more sense to me if I put two and two together. But at the end of the day, I ended up getting with her. She's a church girl. She didn't know nothing about real life or nothing. She got introduced to all that shit through me and my family, right? And then the people that she met through me and my family, and then other people she got introduced with through her alternative school she went to, so forth and so on, right? So she goes to Houston, supposed to be down there for a month, something like that, a few weeks or a month. To kind of fast forward past all the bullshit, me and her mom end up holding the boys down for like 3-4 months, right? I didn't care. At the time, I could have went and got the custody stuff in order and everything. Looking back, I feel stupid. You know what I'm saying? I feel stupid. But I already fucked that up. I can't rewind it, so I'm not going to dwell on that. I just try to tell my peoples that have kids and everything in Minnesota, when you have kids with a woman, they have 100% rights. Automatically. Unless you're married to them. And from that point, you have to go and get a court date set up so you can have your joint custody, so forth and so on. But yeah, we ended up holding the boys down for what, 2, 3, 4 months, man, 3, 4, whatever, how long it was. My kid's mom ended up calling me and saying that she's gonna come to visit the boys. The shit was weird to me, but it was like we weren't on bad terms. It was nothing bad going on. We didn't even have a bad history of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there are certain things I just would think she never would do. So I would never assume that she would take my boys from me. But she came to visit. I brought the boys to her, dropped them off, supposed to get them back after a day or two. I hate saying shit wrong. I can't remember if it was 1 day, 2 days, whatever it was. Maybe it was a full weekend. I'm not really sure. But she ended up calling me the next day. And all she said was, we're in Houston. We're in Texas. Whatever it was. I'm like, who? She like, me and the boys. I'm like, why? Y'all, they visiting with you now, or oh no, I moved down here. I stayed for a while. I was trying to get my things together, get things figured out before I came and got them. She never expressed any of this to me because I wouldn't agree to it. She knows I wouldn't have. That's why she didn't tell me any of this. So when she tried to say to people how I don't care about my kids, or don't love them, don't want to be around them, it makes no sense at all. Because if that was the case, even right now, when I was trying, let me get back to the story. I'm sorry. So she said that, you know, her and the boy moved. I'm like, why? What? Why? For what? Why we ain't talk about this? Nothing. Blah blah blah. Arguing. She hangs up. A few days later, she finally answers my call after calling her for a while. And to be honest with you, felt like I couldn't. It was like, man, I still didn't feel like she would keep my kids from me. A couple days passed, and bam, we back in the open communication. Answer my call. If they right there, we talk. If they not, she'll have them call me back. Everything was cool. She hit me up. They need money for this, money for that. I sent them money to go in on the sports stuff. I sent them money. They ended up buying what all did they buy? They bought soccer goal. So they wanted to get into playing soccer. They bought soccer goal, soccer ball, basketball hoop, basketball, football, like stuff like that. A bunch of sports shit, because that's what they do. I sent them to Houston with a cell phone that their mom took from them. That she didn't let them have a phone. It was a phone I actually gave to someone else, but like I had took it from them. Like, you know, basically like, hey, man, my kids up here, I had bought them some shoes and whatever. It was last minute. Damn, see, look, I'm fast forwarding. Let me go back. Yeah, so still, I'm not feeling like, you know, she gonna keep the kid from me because like that, like you know, cause we're in constant contact. So then once I had everything straight, I was like, yo, hey, when can I have the boys come? And she was like, I don't know. I got I don't knows for a while, mixed with send them two-way tickets and then they can come. Like basically she was saying that because she felt like if she let them come, that I wouldn't send them back. But the only reason for her to feel that way is if she knows that she took them from me. You know what I'm saying? So she feel like, oh, I did this to him. Like, why wouldn't he do it back? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why she wanted the two-way ticket thing. I really wasn't feeling that at all. You know what I'm saying? But when it came down to the time where I was going to get the ticket, what did she do? Oh, the timetable you're giving me isn't going to work because of this and because of that. I don't want to skip a bunch, but there was a whole bunch of nothing and it started to happen. You know what I'm saying? This is like after. This is after maybe a year. A whole bunch of like nothing as far as being able to see them was communication wise, like nothing was happening with that. Like yeah, man. It was nothing going on, and I don't know, man. It just wasn't nothing. But I was talking to them every day. And conversations were great. They were in good spirits. They wanted to see me. I wanted to see them. They would ask questions like, and I'm fast forwarding. You know, I'm gonna fast forward some because there's a little gap. We were in contact for years. You know what I'm saying? And I went through the court process once, and this being a dumbass, I did it all fucked up and wrong and wasted money. You know what I'm saying? Soon after I went through a divorce with my wife and shit like that, and then I was fucked up for a while. So it was a good little minute where from the first time I filed the court papers and fucked them up to where I ended up to now where, you know, I was like getting myself back together and shit like that. But even during that time though, as time went on, you know, and I fast forwarded so much because it's like a whole bunch of nothing. But I got engaged, and when I got engaged, the communication became a little bit lesser. And when I got married, she cut communication off like all the way. You know what I mean? At the time I had stopped sending money too. Let me throw that part out there. The reason why, because it was like, yo, you are not, I don't believe you're going to let me see them ever at this point. Like, I don't believe it no more. So it's like, I'm not about to keep, at the time, paying child support and sending money, even though she wasn't getting child support because she fucked over in the state of Minnesota. So all the money was going to the state of Minnesota. But yet and still, paying child support, what was the minimum? So it wasn't a bunch. Let me throw it out there too, because I'm real, goddamn. We had the meeting for what she had. She was getting public assistance. Is when we just had Poppy, and she told her counselor, her social worker, whatever, that I take care of my son. I'm there for my son. So she wants to put me on. If she has to put me on child support because we didn't stay in the same household, she wants to put me on the minimum. So she put me on the minimum. Like, that right there shows that Poppy's first few years, She felt like I was being a dad. They ain't got nothing to do with the next couple years and when Trisha was born, because Trisha wasn't born yet. But I'm just going to throw a couple things out there that if she makes it seem a certain way, it just doesn't make sense. Because if that's the case, why did you not get more child support? Because like you told your social worker, your counselor, whatever y'all call them, I am there for my son. I take care of my son. And at the time, I always had a job and she didn't. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? So yeah, man. Time goes, I get engaged, I get married. The contact becomes lesser. To end up, I'm not talking to him at all. And before I got to that point, we had a lot of arguments about financial type stuff and me seeing them. For her, it was financial. You ain't even send money no more. Why would I let you see them, man? When I was sending money and trying to see them, you were making it as hard as possible, to say the least. It was always some kind of excuse. They got this tournament coming up, that tournament coming up, this, and I always want to get them here because I want my family to see them too. But after a long ass time, I said, man, honestly, man, fuck it. Family got figured out. I just go there. What's up? Hey, when can I come down there? I get the hotel, all that. What's up? What's up? Same shit, man. A bunch of games being played. Like, she wasn't letting it happen. I ended up talking to her fiance, boyfriend, husband, whatever at the time. And they still together from what I know. But I ain't talking to him more than her, because she was done lying, I guess. So he would get on the phone and listen, fam. And we actually was cordial as hell at first until he started getting on the phone, getting hostile, talking about something. I show your kids how to play basketball and football. I got them in sports. I got them their grades up. I got them playing instruments at the church. Y'all heard my story about Poppy, man. He been doing that shit. This ain't nothing new. So I'm on the other end of that, not saying much other than laughing because my kid's mother was sitting right there. So I'm like, oh yeah, she gonna say, but she just, yep. She going along with it, like what he's saying is real. So of course I feel a kind of way, and then from there it just became all negative as hell. I'm snapping. It is all fucked up energy. Fast forward a little bit more, and not far at all, but they ended up contacting my wife, my ex-wife, my wife at the time, ex-wife now, contacting her. And I'm talking about the phone that I had gave my kids. Like I said, it was my phone I gave to someone else. They gave their phone back to me and did not delete what was in the phone. So they go through the messages, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and they screenshot, screenshots, or they just, I don't know how, because I can't really remember. They just told her, or they had to do more than tell, because I don't feel like they just told her she was going to just run with it. But they just sent pictures of messages and pictures that was in the phone. Now, like I said, this was not my phone, and it had not been my phone for months. I gave it to someone else. So they telling her this is a phone that I had hidden the whole time. Whenever I probably had it hidden, and I tried to give it to my kids when they visited, and I'm hiding all this stuff from her. That, along with dumb shit that I've done, the dumb shit that she's done, our relationship was already like in a spiral. It was already, you know what I'm saying, kind of a little fucked up. But that was damn near the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? Like after that, I feel like it wasn't no fixing that. You know what I'm saying? It was a part that did something to our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Me and my ex-wife. Even though I ain't gonna lie, man, we wasn't working on fixing it how we probably should have been anyway. If you married, you probably really work to fix your shit. So it probably wouldn't have worked anyway. Not saying it would have, but you know what I'm saying? They went out their way to contribute to ending that. You know what I'm saying? They was really trying to like just destroy everything with me. You know what I mean? And it's like you already took my kids from me. Like you trying to do even more. You trying to really break me down and just take my whole soul. Like I ain't really get it, man. And it started to make me really think, like, what did I do to her? Like, what was so bad that I did to her? And to this day, I still think about the shit. Like, what did I do? And nothing's there, man. Only thing I can think of is nothing that's like, is nothing serious, normal shit. Like, nothing. I'm saying normal shit, like, cause normal shit to some people, like, domestic violence can be normal to some people, but that's not normal. That's outside of the norm. You feel me? So it was no shit like that going on. It was no being abusive to the kids. It was nothing crazy, man. Nothing crazy. But yeah, time goes on, and how I say, the contact just goes to basically zero. I end up getting divorced. My life was a little fucked up for a while, so I was a little focused on getting me back together. And honestly, I feel like I'm damn near just now really, if I'm being honest, I feel like I'm just now really getting kind of fully back together as of like last year, I want to say, maybe, if not this year. You know what I mean? Just like mentally and physically. And I'm saying like fully, and I'm still not fully there, but I'm as close as I feel I can be without having my kids in my life. So I feel like with that being said, I really can't complain. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I feel now I'm at the mental place where I'm ready to make that push again, and financially and everything, I'm a little bit better in position to make that push again. Might need a little bit of help, but yeah, I'm getting there. So to fight for my boys again, because I've had the court date, and the judge in Minnesota is so stupid. I had the court date set up, everything, like 2 months down the road. Bam, ended up going to the court date. I'm ready. I'm happy as hell. At the time, rewind a little bit. At the time, my son Poppy, which is my oldest son, Pierre Jr., had been writing me on Twitter. He found me on Twitter and had been writing me. We going back and forth on Twitter, talking. And I'm actually, let me see if I can. Let's see if I can get this video pulled up real quick. Oh damn, Twitter's on my other phone. Shit. How can I do this? Well, look. I'm gonna do it like this. Look, I got a good amount of videos and stuff like that saved of me with my kids, man. I want to kind of play some for y'all, and this, to me, this is one of the best ones, because it damn near sums up my kids so good. Like, it just really embodies them as people and why I love them so much.
Online? Yes, sir. I stole 2 cars.
He talking about Grand Theft Auto stealing cars.
I took 2 cars from the person, and then I went to go put it in the garage. You on the camera? Say what up? What up? Say what up? What up? So where are we going?
Are we going for a little walk? Have a
exercise for your legs.
Yeah, a little boy time. Kick a little way, get away from the crazy girls.
No, it's crazy. They be loud.
Let's walk this way, y'all. Yes, my handsome boys, all 3 of them. Look at them boys, look at them boys, look at them boys, look at them boys. Oh yeah. Going for a little walk. I'm trying to jump and touch the sky.
Sir?
Trying to jump and touch the sky?
Yes, sir.
Well, you can't touch the sky. You think you're Michael Jordan?
I can be one day.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yes, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't want to be Michael Jordan. I'm going to be Pierre Blair jumping from the free throw line.
Be yourself, Pierre Blair Jr. and Tristan Blair. That's going to be on y'all jersey. Blair boys. You tell you what you going to start playing soccer?
I'm not actually good at soccer.
You got to practice. All you got to do is practice. Yeah, tell them. All you got to do is practice, huh?
Practice like what we do. We practice when we had got in the game. They putting me, Tristan in the game.
Look at this boy.
I ain't tell you one day. I told my dad, I had got the ball. Tristan, he was he had got open from doing the shortcut. I had thrown to him, and he was
big boy shit like this, I swear. Uh-oh, that burned you? Okay.
One time I got to burn me and there was an accident.
Oh, man. Did it hurt?
It hurt a
little bit.
There was a big burnt mark right there. He did fall in, he almost fell into the pole when he had caskets. He was like this. Oh! Because I was already at the toe. Because I was supposed to remember I was still at the touchdown. I just turned around and just started running.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, when I tell you that these boys is something different, like for real, they really, really, really something different. Love them to death. And obviously, check it out, hold on, another one.
I love my daddy. I love my daddy.
Watch me now.
Yay!
I love y'all too, Poppy and Trey. Okay, so I guess kind of how I want to I feel I can't before I started playing the videos. I can't remember. I'm sorry, I'm rolling this blunt too. I can't remember exactly where I was at. I kind of just played the videos and lost my train of thought. But I will say this: any moms out there, man, if y'all keeping y'all kids from the dad, you know, I just want to say, I got 2 words for y'all. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. I say that because in my head, you know, if you're doing it for malicious reasons, you know what I'm saying, for payback or whatever it may be, like, mission accomplished. You have hurt us enough already. It's time to really let fathers be fathers. Like, not only do I want my kids in my life, but I need my kids in my life. Like, I can't fully be me without having my kids in my life. All relationships in my life are affected because I don't have my kids in my life. My whole world is affected because I don't have my kids in my life. I need, want, and beg, look forward to the day I have my kids back in my life. I used to question the love from plenty of people that I felt should love me. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was mainly family, but it could be some friends also, right? I used to question it, you know what I'm saying? At whatever point in my life. The way my kids made me feel, the way they talk to me, the way they communicate with me, the way they look at me, the way they hear me, the way they understand me, I never questioned the love that my kids have for me. I know, and anybody that been around me when I had my kids in my life, or being around me and my boys at the same time, like, y'all know, I'm a different person with them than I am now. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm a different person now than I was when I had them. And that's just because I really felt like I lost a big part of myself when I lost them. So like I said, to the mothers that do this, 2 words for y'all. Mission accomplished. And with that, what y'all should do with that is, y'all should really think about what y'all are doing and change it up. I know deep down in my heart, my kids still love me. My kids know that I love them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't question that at all. Yet and still, I would love to hear it. I'm actually looking for another video right now, matter of fact, because like I said, my son was writing me on Twitter. I got the messages still. I damn near should have been downloading Twitter on this phone. Oh, I actually found it. Look, when my son was writing me on Twitter, he was going out of his way, and I felt bad that he felt he had to do this, but I could tell he was going out of his way to let me know that he still loves me. He don't feel no way. He understands what's going on, and I wasn't mentioning that stuff to him. I've never talked down on my kid's mother to my kids. Never. I've never done it. So like, yeah, I've never done it, man. But I feel like she do it to me, because like we be on the phone, like she would talk crazy about me when the boy was in the house or right there. Like, I know they heard this stuff, and she would let her dude talk crazy about me. He never even met me. With all that, I still never down talk. We on the phone talking back and forth. He called me from the school phone, from a different friend's phone. Friend that he got, I still got his friend's number saved in my phone, right? And you know you get people in your phone number saved, right? Bam. So next thing you know, they stay on my Snapchat. I add them on Snapchat. I'm watching their stories every time they post to see if my boys will be around them. I done wrote them. Hey, you know, you still go to school with Pierre Jr. or Poppy? Oh no, I moved. The one I'm actually be talking to. Oh no, I moved. He lives wherever, and you know what I'm saying? So like, no, we're not in contact anymore. Like, fuck. But if I see him, like, I got you. I'll let him know we talked. Let me play this video, man. This is something he sent me when we were talking back and forth on Twitter. I don't know what that little hand motion thing he did was. But he cute. Man, anybody who's in contact with my kid's mom, anybody got her on Facebook, look, hey, look, man, I'm gonna tell you now, if you I'm gonna be honest, if you value you and her friendship relationship, oh, she will cut you off if you try to talk on my behalf in any way. At the same time, if enough people mention it to her, maybe I don't gotta do this whole court shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't gotta do it. If enough people mention it to her, maybe she'll do the right thing and at least let me talk to my kids. I feel like I have a lot to offer my kids mentally. That is the biggest thing, mentally. Like, all this shit going on in the world with the cops and just with this COVID shit and I don't know what's going on with my boys. You know what I mean? They live in Houston with motherfuckers act a fool. Like, you know, well, motherfuckers act a fool down there in every state, whatever specific cities, whatever. But I don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my dad. Well, I said my dad. My son asked me like, Dad, I thought you were still in jail. And I'm thinking in my head like, how did he know I was ever in jail? And I ain't asked him that because I don't want to put them in the middle of anything. I feel I'm going about this shit the right way. Instead, I gotta get this court shit back in order again and do this shit the right way and be patient and you know, private investigator, whatever route I'm gonna end up going officially. I just need to get to that. But I feel like I'm going about this shit the right way as far as like I never down on her anything, but she just talked crazy about me and I kind of just let it be what it is. I never retaliated or nothing. I just don't feel like there's any room for that. Like, what's the point? Yeah, man. Anybody in contact with my kid's mom, just reach out to her, man. Send her the link to this video. Send her my podcast information. If you were one of her family members and your daughter or son, you know, talks on the phone with Poppy or Trey, hey, you can hey, help me out. Have your daughter or son pass Poppy and or Trey a message for me. Well, pass it to one of them, they can pass it to the other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really, really, really want to hug my boys, man. I can't wait. I hope they're not like, you know, feel they too old to get kissed on the forehead. I used to hate my dad did that shit. He did it my whole life. He still would do it now if we was in contact. But yeah, man, I want to kiss them on their forehead so bad. I want to hug them so bad. I want to take them to the park and shoot around so bad. I'm going to drive around the car listening to music and rap lyrics with them so bad. Ride around the car listening to R&B, singing off key with them so bad. Like, I just want to be around them. And I really hope that when I do get back in contact with them and I do get to actually see them and feel their presence, I hope that they are ready for me to want to be up under them every second we're around each other. The one time they got to come here to visit, and like I said, they talking about my mom started going everywhere, so I kind of left stuff out. I'll probably end up doing a part 2. Hey, I got through it without fully crying. I almost, you know, eyes got watery. I had to throw the shades on, but yeah, I got through it without crying. So I'm definitely gonna do a part 2 and maybe 3. But I remember they came to visit one time, and they came 3 times from what I know, but only one time where I got to actually see them, right? So their grandma calls me from whatever state they were in. They had left Houston and they were driving. She got low on gas, so she called me to see if I could send her money for them to eat and to get gas, right? Oh, boom, bam. I didn't know y'all was even coming to Minnesota. Oh, Kaya didn't tell you? She said she told you. Kaya, hey, you ain't tell what happened with the boys in Minnesota tonight? What's going on? They coming here? Yeah, I told you that. No, my mom said she told you. Your mom just told me that you said you told. So it was games, whatever. But yeah, I sent their grandmother money. Bam, they got food, they got gas, they got them in Minnesota. The first day, I didn't get to see them until like it felt like a whole. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I seen them. It wasn't dark outside, so I don't know if I seen them that day they came and it was before it got dark or the next day at whatever point. All I know is when their grandma called, texted me, whatever, and said we are outside. First, I'm a chill ass nigga. Everybody, I'm chill, cool. I keep it cool. You feel me? I keep it cool. So I just got up and started walking towards, right down the hallway, go down the stairs. When I went down that last stairway and seen that church van, went out that last door, that church van opened, Poppy and Tristan smiling, just happy, Dad. I lost my shit. Oh my God. I was crying like a motherfucker, man. That, when they were born, was some of the best days of my life. That day right there, Oh my god. It was just as good. That shit felt great. I felt we were back on track. And I left this out the story. You know what I'm saying? I kind of forgot, well, not forgot about it, but left out the story as I was going down the timeline. But it did come to visit one time, you know what I mean? It's another reason why I wasn't so quick to do the court stuff, because like I said, it seemed pretty cool for the most part for a while. You know what I mean? But y'all lost my shit, man. I kept thank you, Miss Karen, thank you, Miss Karen. I was just thank you, like a little bitch. Like a nigga just checked me, but he didn't beat me up with Debo. He didn't take my chains. Thank you, Debo. Thank you, Debo. Thank you. But yeah, I was happy as hell, man, and I followed them around. Shit, when that time they was up here, I was on the ass, following them everywhere. Like, yeah, I got 4 more minutes before my stuff cut off for this podcast on Anchor, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But yeah, I lost my shit, man. I was crying like hell. I followed them around everywhere they wanted to go. Was at the court shooting around, and that's when I found out that they basically down there living in a fucking boot camp. All they do is train sports and for school, which is great. As far as I love they're excelling in both. But as far as being a kid, they're not allowed to do much of that. Tristan kept looking at the playground as we're doing basketball stuff. I'm like, Tristan, you wanna go over there? He was like, I'll come back though. I'm like, no, boy, you wanna go to the playground? Go have fun, be a kid, do your thing, right? He was happy as hell. Did not come back. My poppy, now he the sports junkie, so he stayed and kept hooping. He wanted to hoop. Got back to the crib, turned the family movie on. They were excited as hell. We could watch a family movie? For real? Ooh, Tristan, we watching a family movie. Yeah, right, Poppy. Come to find out they don't watch family movies down there, which to me is weird. Maybe everybody don't do that, but I don't know, man. That shit to me is weird. That a kid would be that fucking happy to get to watch a family movie, because that should be a little bit of a normal thing in my eyes. But like I said, it's gonna cut off in a minute and a half. So anybody who may be in contact with my kid's mother, like I said, reach out. You can send her this. You can send her the video. I don't know which video I'm gonna use. I got 2 cameras going. You can send her to this Anchor app. You can send. I'm on Google Podcasts. I'm on Apple Podcasts. It's a little bit everywhere. It's on Spotify. Give me topics. I'll do other topics. Y'all let me know how you like the podcast, how you didn't like the podcast, what I could do better, what I could do worse, whatever. But once again, man, like I always say, instead of trying to give your little homie some way, why don't you show him the way? It's your homeboy P Cuff, BrainSurfin Podcast. We out of here.